Okay, here's the big test of whether or not I fixed the mixer. Can we hear? Yeah. Do we have audio? Yes. 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 Okay. Yeah, it was great. I woke up and OBS was like, we need to update. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the mixer was like, we need to update also. And I was like, oh, God. So everything broke. I had to go back in and relink all of my programs and stuff. It was miserable. Hi, Packet Cat. Thanks so much for popping in. I hope you've got good, fun plans for the rest of the day. And that's why you can't stay super long. And if they are lousy, unenjoyable commitments instead of fun plans, I hope they will go by swiftly and that you are able to relax afterwards. But good morning, everybody. I really want to play Metal Gear. So I think I'm ready to be done. Yeah, I think this is gonna be our last weekend of the DLC, no matter what. I want to move on. I want to do something fun and cool. I want. Yeah, John. I'm thinking about it. If there's a way that I can get Rising working, I think we're gonna have to do Rising. Yeah. Unless there's some like great community pull for like, please play 3, actually, which I have played, but not for many years. It's on Steam. Someone distinctly told me that, I remember this, yes, we had a big conversation about it. It can't be on Steam. Well, this is a PS3 exclusive, isn't it? Rising Revengeance? Is that not the PS3 exclusive? Is there another secret game? Oh, so Rising Revengeance is not 4. Okay, my bad then. What's the name of 4? Peace Walker? Which one's 4? Guns of the Patriots. I have literally never heard of this game. I love Metal Gear as a franchise because there's so much going on in it where I'm just like, huh, what's going on? Hey, Max, what's going on? What's up? It is, nobody actually calls it that, but it is, okay, so it's just 4. So it's Metal Gear Solid 4, and then Metal Gear Solid 5, Rising Revengeance? Am I piecing it together? I don't care about this game. No. Good. That's not, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Metal Gear Solid 5 is Phantom Pain. Then what the fuck is Rising Revengeance? It's an offshoot. So does that make it a spin-off? Is it 6? Did they pull a Kingdom Hearts? Is this fucking Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance 1.5 over 8 days? Like, did they pull a Kingdom Hearts on us? It's a sidequel. Kind of a sequel, kind of a spin-off. 5 is Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. Okay. Hi, Ollie. Thank you so much. I feel heavily that I could do better in the raid. So that is my goal now. I want to do better. I suspect that the rest of my party may have been some extremely top 1% ultra bored Pentalegends, and I want to do better. So we'll see. Feel like we are actually managing to make playing Metal Gear not a good idea by explaining the progression. I saw the phrase twink quotient. And I was saying yesterday, it's weird to me they never did more with Raiden. Because it's like, they put him in there. We don't see him again? Whatever, it's fine. I've only played 1 through 3. 2 was really good, y'all. 2 was really, really good. 2 had a lot going on for it. Don't mind me. I'm just thinking about Vamp now. It's fine. It rules so hard. So hard. Get out of here, Ollie. I'll see you later. It was really good. But Ilias, really? Just this year? secret. Not I would love to know where I was when I learned what a twink was for the first time. I feel I feel like it came pre-installed, right? Like I feel like it's bloatware that's always been on the hard drive. Like the mainframe, it's always been on there. That's what I feel. Troy's really? Yeah, I think my software came pre-installed. I think maybe I've always known.
I won!
Packet Cat, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Geketsu. Geketsu, enjoy your sub! You got music, you got emotes, sub stuff on Discord. I'm gonna try to get us back to viewing parties when my life stops making bee sounds at me aggressively. Just like the constant thrum of angry insects. Are bees insects or are they their own taxonomy? Like spiders or arachnids? Are bees their own thing? Not being snake, being worse, and everything this day. I'm coming in with my hot take that I don't think Solidus did anything wrong. I think he was a very pragmatic individual, and it's like, yeah, I mean, okay. If we need to take down some shadowy pseudo-government organization, I guess we need some orphans to fight for us. Like, I don't, like, he was a man with a plan. It's like, lesser of two evils kind of thing. There is not. You're lying to me. No, there's fucking not. No, there's not. There's not a Nintendo character named Twink. Bees are annoying. They are insects. Stop. I can't believe I fell for that shit. I can't fucking believe I fell. Unbelievable. Anyway, here's what's going on today. I have a hard stop time of 3:30, which means I might want to wrap things up around 3. The hard stop time may change per hour as I go on break and check back in with the folks who are trying to make plans with me. But I'm going to start today with the assumption that my hard stop will be 3:30. So we're going to act like we're going to stop at 3. And then we'll probably stop on time. I don't really it feels like we're close to the top of whatever is up here. I imagine there's something. I just actually thought about what might be up here. And my motivation plummeted. I was like, what is that? Well, what did we find? We found a cross. Great. Super game. You have literally one job. And although you are not at all fulfilling any of the tasks or criteria that I laid out for you, which was like to keep me entertained and not bored, you've got one job left. And that's the most important. That's really the only one you've ever had. I've been giving you a lot of passes. At least we got Mez. I do have Thigh. And Thigh can, in fact, absolve a multitude of sins. But there are some sins even Thigh cannot abide. Even Leg cannot issue penance to certain sins. So, let's get into it. Because I am operating on a time crunch, and I want to make sure we get some good gaming in. Will she ever make sense of this jumble? Freya, who's gone. Yeah, we did an NPC sweep yesterday. Everybody's gone. I don't know where anybody went. I haven't seen Forager Friend in probably 40 hours. Onsbog was in a library. The lesbian was confused by a book and then left. Grandma is sleeping. Ymir is dead. Tialie is sleeping. Are you gonna wake up? I don't know. Queeline is a summon now. I haven't figured out which eye to give to Jolon. Hornsent's gone. Hornsent sent some really psychotic shit, and now he's gone. And Leda's like, I think we should kill Ansbach. I'm like, I don't know where he is, so fucking good luck tracking that guy down. I think you've missed the boat on that one. I think he's underground somewhere. She was. Packet Cat, I really hope you were in stream for this. If you weren't, I will illustrate the scene for you. First of all, the entire area occupied by the lesbian. A 3-mile radius, you can hear her mumbling to herself. Normally, this is the kind of thing that would be proximity based. But the lesbian apparently projects her voice with such an incredible volume. You can hear her through steel doors and feet of concrete, which is very disorienting to try to navigate towards a lesbian, but you hear their voice everywhere surrounding you. Dolby, movie theater quality surround sound, just lesbian muttering. So we finally find her. You've seen it. I'm gonna keep talking about it because it makes me really happy. It was a high point of the DLC, and I don't think they meant it to be. We find her. She's in a room, and she is. I can't do this pose, although that would be the easiest way to demonstrate. She's got one leg up, leaned really far forward, just like leaning, quads on display, flexed, hamstrings out, and she's peering really intently at a stone tablet like, by my lords, will I ever make sense of her thigh? Talking about her thighs just made my webcam stutter, by the way. And it's just like, that is the most himbo fuckboy lesbian possible way to inspect a stone tablet. You're like, I need a femme sapphic to explain this to me. I'm so confused. I can't read. I'm so strong though, and I'm just like, she was the best part of the deal. Like, far and away, high point. When I look back on the DLC fondly, that's it. It's that moment. It is a deep lunge. Like, I love her. I hope we see her again. I don't fucking know where anybody is. I don't think they're dead. I don't know where they are. Wandering around Barnes & Noble looking, hanging out in like the manga and comic section. You're just like, wow. Can someone explain the plot of Nana to me? And a bunch of, like, are just suddenly like, they just appear. They pop out of the ground like fucking gophers. That's it. Yeah. I don't understand. What's Rose of Versailles? And suddenly there's just like 4 to 8 women there. Spawn where you're not looking. Isn't there a Doctor Who episode like that? Am I not supposed to make eye contact with the lesbians? Or do I have to maintain eye contact with them? I forget. I don't know that episode. It's like collective pop culture subconscious, but I don't actually have any direct knowledge of it. Cackling. Yeah, I'm glad it's funny. 30 to 50 feral sapphics. Okay, yeah, let's get it. On that note, I'm feeling good. Let's get into the game, because at some point, it's probably going to make me feel not good. So I need to go in at the apex of my goodwill towards this game, which is very low and apparently exclusively commanded by confused lesbians that can't read. So that's great. If Doctor Who doesn't want me to have eye contact, but yeah, it's like, that's not for me. I'm gonna take us in. Yeah, let me boot up. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Elden Ring. Oh, we could go back to Final Fantasy VII. I didn't finish that. That might be fun. I don't know. I was really not understanding the combat. But after this, maybe I could use a kind of looser, more relaxed sort of, I don't know. I'd love to have fun. That would be great. All right, I'm moving us over. My tea is the perfect temperature. Fun in a video game? Not so fast, says Miyazaki. Are we gonna turn on? Nice, okay. We're in. The game is very quiet for me, so I have one more audio tune to do. Bonk. Better! Okay, so. When we left off, we had gone up these stairs. Oh! I didn't think there'd just be a guy. I knew there was a guy here, but I thought they were further away. And there was that lad, which we'd seen for the first time. And there's one of those on the rooftops above us, hurling discs of light at us. Oh. Spiral! Wait! I have one more painting! Reminiscence of a painting titled The Sacred Tower. I lied. I lied to you. I want to do painting stuff. Where do we think a good spot for that would be? Personally, I feel like over here would be good, maybe. Because it's got to be close. I don't think it's very big. But I guess we've not seen it in the sky. Did it always look like this? Or does it just look really clean from the ruins of Rao? Okay. Well, I don't see. Oh. Do we think this might be it? No, I think I need to get to the other side of it. And I can't do that because I'm in danger. Because some fucking asshole sniper is shooting giant stuff at me. Okay, well, what about main gate? And if I can't figure this out, I will just ask for... No, it still looks shadowy here. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. I wonder if we need to be in Ballarat itself. Message from Lita. Message left by Needle Knight Lita, addressed to kindred spirits who also pursue Mikola's trail. Dane passed on a message. The sealing tree is in the ancient ruins of Rao. It lies beyond the high bridge leading from the first floor of the storehouse. I will join you there once I have finished the task at hand. Wait, so am I supposed to meet her there? Let's check. Okay, well, I don't see her here, but she might be like up where the sealing tree was. Unless I did this super, super out of order and I broke something. Yeah, she's definitely not here. Do we think I can go down there? Can I? Yes. But will I die? Almost certainly. I didn't see anyone. Oh, no worries, Dominique. It's important to keep your own playthrough as preserved as you like. Oh! I was helpful! We should level up also, by the way. I just realized how many runes I got. Eh. 60's a nice number. But I'm almost wondering if this painting is not from the outside, but from like further inside the tower. Unless we have to be really far away, I don't know. Because it looks like it's grass and rock. But this is too close. So maybe we do need to be further away. I'm taking a peek. I will take us back. I'm just brainstorming. Nice. Okay, well, this is all fog and therefore totally useless to me. I don't think we need to be in Ballarat specifically. It feels like we need to be further away. Okay, well, I don't know what we're starting after this. I'm thinking about Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm thinking about Alan Wake. I straight up, like, can't fucking find it. I enjoyed far fewer bosses in the DLC than I expected to. Which feels quite bad from a gameplay perspective. Tower? I did like Romina. I wish we'd gotten more context as to what was going on there. I wish she'd gotten a cutscene. I think that would have been cool. There are a lot of bosses that I think would have been made cooler with cutscenes. Was kind of bummed out by the lack of cutscene. All right, you know what? Enough, Bat. Oh my god, the juke's on this bat. There we go. Put a fork in him. He's still up? Oh no, the bat had friends. My bad. Not anymore. Okay, so this is like properly the view all the way into Ballarat plus the tower. I think we need to be much higher. But I don't necessarily know where to go to get that. Like, it can't be a view from Jagged Peak because that's going to be much too far away. And anything in the valley is going to be lower than this. I don't know. Heaven's Door, yes or no? Is this... Was I close? Any of the grace points we looked at, was I close? I would imagine the answer is no, because if I'd been close, we probably would have been able to recognize that, but... I forget if we needed to go up or if we needed to go down. Mantroth, you haven't gotten your fire cape yet? Easily one of the best parts. Oh, he's seen me again. Okay, that's fine. I guess the only way we can go is up. Okay. What is OSRS? Oh. glad that it was raining light on me. Do we think... I bet I can wander around on these rooftops. Does this go any higher? It does not. Okay, so we do, in fact, need to head onto the rooftops. Trying for... Yeah, I was wondering if I was close. If any of the grace points that I visited were, like, in the right direction of the painting stuff. I didn't think so, but... Alright. We might need to Heaven's Door the precise location later then. Plenty of birds here. I'm gonna keep scouting peripherals to see if there's anything we can drop onto. Doesn't seem like it. Does that bird... That bird did in fact notice me, which is a bit of a bummer. Oh, and he had a surprise friend! Love to be ganked by birds. Satisfying. I love this weapon. And I'm not much of a spear user myself. We got an item. Nice, a smithing stone, which we will almost certainly never use. I heard the distinct sound of a bird body clomping about. But I don't... Is it going to be a whole joke? That's a good message. I'm surprised we didn't get more of a tri-finger butthole. Okay, there's the bird. Oh. Okay, another Spirit Ash upgrade. And then I'm gonna scoot in. There we go. Okay, I don't see anything we can jump down there. That's a staircase we might be able to jump onto. Oh, I'm thinking about it. Let's kill this guy first. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Just keeps going up. Yeah, I'd like not to go up. I want to jump for that staircase. Don't you dare, therefore seek right? Just item ahead. Eh. Yeah, I'll probably just have to Heaven's Door it, because there's... Ordinarily, the paintings are something that you would find through exploration, but I clearly am not going to be doing a lot of exploring anymore, so... Horned Warrior Ashes. Boluses. Well, I hope there's neither rot nor poison here, but the game does tend to give me things that I actually need. This heavily armored guardian spirit of the tower attained inhuman strength through divine invocation and wields a curved greatsword that brings horns to bear on its foes. In the tower, these warriors and their weapons both are spiritual vessels. Spiritual vessels of what? Oh, we found a ladder? Okay, well, this is new. I don't have any, I can't craft any rocks, can I? I think we ran out of rocks. Because I don't have any rune fragments anymore. I ran out of rocks. That's a shame. I don't think I can survive that. Also, I'm going to assume that we've probably already been down there. Because this is definitely a body with an item, and I looted it. This is where the birds were! Yes, okay. So we've done this. We're going to go up. Rockless on a Friday night? God, you're pathetic. Ranged battle ahead. Don't mind me, I'm just looking in all my directions. Oh. Another one of these guys? Man. Man. I wish you could do a plunge attack. What if I can backstab him? Oh no, he's seen me. Okay. And now we're gonna get caught in a heal loop, almost certainly. I do feel like these should be a hair more accurate, personally. Like, they are huge spears. What do you mean I can't hit anything with them? I fucking hate these enemies. Okay, we're gonna go back to the great swords because these guys are so legitimately unenjoyable to fight. Ridiculous. I'd rather fight rune bears. Which is saying a lot. Legitimately unfun combat. Like, I'm disincentivized to do anything new because there's only ever one solution, and the solution is just the biggest fucking swords you can hold. Ah, sad. Okay, we are gonna do attack power. And let's roll with... I'm probably going to want to switch these. Put Blasphemous Blade in the main hand. And then we will do... attacks. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I want... We could be meaner. We could be meaner still. Maybe we should be meaner. Let me check something real quick. Hang on. Okay. Skill, potency of magma, charge skills and spells. Meh. Maybe this is fine. It feels like there's something better we could put on, but I'll roll with this for now. Man, and now I have to get all the way back there? Ugh. So that'll be past several birds and up 2 ladders. Gotcha. Interesting. Killing them does not dispel their spell. It's already been channeled. And this is going to be the room where we got the summons. I'm going to hope these lads don't respawn. The lion warriors. This one is ice. The last one was lightning. So there might be one more somewhere that could just do like wind stuff. Maybe, if I'm remembering the elemental phases of the dancing lion fight correctly. Oh, no time like the present, I guess. Nice, cool, sick, fantastic. Remember when I said we needed to start the DLC on a high point? Mood-wise, because I was not having a good time. It makes me not even want to explore, which is crazy, because I haven't felt that way about a Souls game since Dark Souls 2. Literally, John, it's got all the worst parts of Dark Souls 2. Oh, ha! That was funny. I probably should have pivoted the camera around to inspect that creature's design, since I think we've only seen them in this area. Good, I missed. That was on me. That was also on me. Okay. That was sick, though. I didn't realize they could chain that together. Or rather, I didn't realize we'd aggroed both at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. The Elan run-up. Blue Smelter Demon, I think, is the lowest I've ever been in a video game. And I feel a lot of it. Dark Souls 2 did some good and cool things. It is not as bad as the community likes to meme that it is, but it does have some serious flaws. And Elden Ring, very interestingly, seems to have inherited some of those, or at least the DLC has, which I think is very peculiar. How am I missing? There we go. That bird made a sound long after it was already dead. I straight up don't remember the run to the Elan fight, so it must have been so bad I completely blocked it out of my memory. I remember Smelter Demon, which perhaps is bad enough. Okay, so... I'd rather not do this run again. But I don't think I have any viable ranged spells. So I can only engage this guy in melee, and I don't appear to be able to summon, which is ordinarily not something I would do, but like I don't care to become proficient in this particular style of enemy combat. Can I just shoot Taker's Flames at you, actually? What's the range on Taker's Flames, do we think? And we could avoid it, but we got something cool from the last one we killed, so I'm imagining that it's a scripted drop. It's just gonna stand there now. Okay, so if there was an opportunity, we missed it. Nice. See, and there's no fucking opportunity to heal. I don't want to fight this guy. This sucks. This DLC is so bad. Okay. Pivoting. If great swords don't work and we can't rely on a stagger, what is a better way to engage here? I could just keep going up the stairs. I could just say I don't care. But that's the thing. I'm compelled to. I can't choose not to do it in any other way but then the fullest expression of content consumption. Well, here's the thing. It's like, I'm pretty sure those lads have a relatively strong elemental resistance, being that they command the elements themselves. And in general, it's like, fire, magic, and holy. You're strong. Oh, how did you survive that? Well done, bird. I like the gasping bird noise it makes when it dies. Me too. We could just go up the normal staircase. I really want to see what's over here, though. And I physicsed too soon. Much too soon. So we're going to have to run into combat with the other lad if we want the physic to stay active. The only other thing I can think of is maybe we continue to explore and see if we can find a more conveniently located grace point that doesn't involve us running past 6 enemies and two ladders, but... Okay, nice. So they can't be backstabbed? Heaven's Door, can they not be backstabbed? Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, I don't care. We're just gonna go up. I don't give a shit. Necrophislus, how are you backstabbing them? Ah, we can't go. Okay, no, we can go further up, but we do have to jump out onto the roof to make that happen. You come over here. We're just gonna let the wall absorb all of these projectiles. I was gonna say, because I was right up behind him. And I couldn't get anything to pop. And that's not the first time I've been in that position with the larger boys, so... Oh! It's all the same. That's the same guy. Alright, well, he didn't see me that time, so... Fragment! Nice. But where am I going? saying, Crayon, I wish I could manipulate that to work for me. Is there like a liver I could eat? Boost magic damage negation. Does it count? I mean, it's ice. Does it count as its own thing? Because I've got lightning and fire, but no ice. I wonder if I can craft ice. Do I really give a shit? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. What governs resistance to frostbite? Robustness. But also just lower buildup once it's already started to accumulate. But if we can use an item to increase our robustness. We can just wait for that to wear off, I guess. Really wish there was something else to do here. God, the guys with great swords are so fucking disgusting. Okay. Physic. Not what I meant to do, actually. Fuck, if I'd had the poise for that. We might be able to range him down. Yes! Taker's Flames! Let's go! He didn't even drop anything. The other lad did, at least. No item ahead. Okay, I'm gonna trust that. Ordinarily, that's something I would verify, but I think I don't care. Okay, but now what? Item? Sun Warmth Stone. Spirit Gravestone, blessed with an Erdtree incantation. Uses FP to generate sun warmth, continuously restoring the HP of those nearby. Has a more potent effect than a warming stone. Sunlight feels all the warmer in darkened lands. Okay, well now where do I go? There has to be something here. Behold Beast. Okay. Visions of not here? Well, I think yes here, so I'm going in. That's an item. Gravebird Helm. Stone helm with a tinge of green. One of a set of armor pieces cast in the image of the Gravebird. Empowers spells which summon rings of spectral light. Gravebirds are ancient golems created to guard the spirit graves built where all manners of death ultimately drift. I don't think we'll wear it, but I do think we should put it on. Yuck. Absurd. Giant ass. Still sexy. Not as sexy. It's very sexy. Where's my bird? You know what? I don't know what I expected. But not that, I think. Okay. Jumping required head. Do you think we can make that jump? Oh, no. I don't think we're going to be able to make that. Well, if we die, we die. Oh. I'm cool. I'm sick, I'm nice. So there's a big hole there. And I don't know if we've, like, been down there. It looks like we might be able to get a short... Oh, hang on. We can go out this way? That's where the grace point was. Okay. Okay, sorry. Let me get my bearings. I think... Because we can go out here. But I think maybe I want to try going up more. Huh. And then we'll go into that other zone. No! It's so openly hostile to any kind of enjoyment. It's really amazing. Like, yeah, let's put a bunch of holes on the staircase. Well done, guys. You got me. I have not met a game that actively wants to punish you since Dark Souls 2. If that thing is alive again, I don't know. I was gonna joke about I'm turning this off and I'm gonna go on a raid, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And we'll take a break in about 30 seconds anyway, because I want to heat up my tea. Although if I want to spam Taker's Flame, we can make it stronger via a series of talismans, so. That may be what we need to do. You're fucking with me. Great. All right, I'm gonna go on a break. This is absolutely the last weekend of the DLC. It's... I can't pretend anymore. I shouldn't have to pretend. I don't like it. All right, I will be back in a couple of minutes. Please enjoy the music. We might be able to, Goose, as long as it can't chase us up the rooftop. 'Cause then that would be a problem. But I also might be able to cheese it down with Taker's Flame if I buff it. So that is an option now that I know that we can range it in that regard. Okay, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna think and troubleshoot. Enjoy the song, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Sorry the break was a little bit longer than usual. Like I said, I'm using my break to, like, furiously hammer out details with the folks who are trying to make plans with me. I'm like, they'd ask me a question, I'd respond, I'd be like, okay, I'll talk to you in an hour. And then I'd come back on break and I respond, I'm like, okay, I gotta go, I'll talk to you in an hour. It's fun. The life of a streamer. It's very amusing. So, just because I started talking about streaming stuff, in Final Fantasy XIV, my username is obviously, it's Chrominus TTV, which is very cringy, but, like, always be hustling. And I've been joining some raid groups because I've been doing ultimates, and I'm seeing, like, the same faces, the same names. And there's one group in particular of very chaotic, really, really likable people. And anytime I make a misplay, like, all 6 of them just type Strummer into chat, and that makes me laugh. It's really funny. Yeah, John, honestly. Okay. Right, where's my fuck you talisman build? I don't even know if this would be viable. We're gonna trade a defense for aggression. And I'm gonna say... Shard of Alexander. I don't know if it counts as a charge. So that might be worth looking at. Like, is it a channel or is it a charge? It just says raise and bring it down, so I don't think there's any charging to be had there, but we can see what happens. I think it took 4 Taker's Flames last time. Hopefully it only takes 3 now. So it took 3 and a hit. So if there were still a way for me to power that up, maybe if we did more fire damage, potentially. I don't know. But that was an improvement. Now, however, we need to navigate the treacherous hole. People psyching themselves up for a date with me. Yeah, that's it. Okay, where's my stuff? I don't know which hole treachered us. I think my stuff is down below. Very mindful. That is an elevator. So that hole was for an elevator that whole time when I was like, this looks like it would be for an elevator. It's an elevator hole? And there's my stuff. But we've not been out here yet. Strong foe? Seek precious item. Well, what kind of precious item? Oh. Wow! Okay, so they can capoeira me out of that spell. Okay. That was tricky. That was very tricky. I had very awful stamina management that whole time. Would they say strong foe and then precious item? I like precious items. What is this emote? What is that? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess. I was really hoping it would be like a spell or a weapon or something. First off, light, and then love. Sure wish we got, like, any detail about this thing, right? Wouldn't that have been... Yeah, I feel like reports of this preciousness have been greatly exaggerated. And it's weird because, you know, Dark Souls 1 feels so much more mythologized. So what you do and don't know feels like a smoother transition. But in Elden Ring, it's the reality you are living, so it feels very jarring to just be like, hey, does anybody know what this is? It's like, oh, okay, all right. Nobody wrote this down? Okay. Like, it's current events? I don't know. All right, I think we go up now. Because we definitely went down there. And then this is where we were treacherously holed. I don't think we can really go any higher. No, we go high enough and we get to the elevator platform. Okay. No, we get to yet another hole. Just kidding. I felt like maybe I could have done some sneaky jumping. But I don't know if I want to ride the elevator multiple times to try and figure that out. Because this is where we killed the guy, yeah? Yeah, alright, whatever. We will progress. I'd love to find a grace point sometime. I'm just making sure we can't jump for anything. With all the bloodstains, I bet there's probably another lion guy up here. Okay, now I just got the ability to summon, so now I'm kind of freaked out. Yeah, my God. You know what? No. Nah, I'm good. I don't have my physic. I don't... Nah. We'll just reset. Not fighting them without a physic. Even if we've got a little bit of cheese with Taker's Flame. And if... It's not charged, so if that's not going to be helping us, then I would like very much if we could apply... Is there anything else I can do? Because I think everything that increases the amount of damage I do increases the amount of damage I take. Yeah, damage negation. Blood loss, attack after defeating, runes, not discovering. Yeah, this might be the best that it gets. Bummer. Okay. So, where's the grace point, though? Wait, is it, the elevator seriously doesn't take me to the grace point? I have to go all the way back down? You're kidding. Wow. Okay. It's sad, too, because I was like, you know what? I kind of missed verticality in a level design, but now I don't. Wow. This can't be right. Heaven's Door, I must be wrong. There's no easy access back to a grace point? I don't believe that. That can't be... Nope, that's 100% accurate. There's no easy way back to the grace point. Unbelievable. Wow. That's crazy. So what's the easiest way back then? But that means I still have to get past the other guy. So no matter what, I have to fight two of them. Unbelievable. I'm frowning. So we did all of that and we're right back to where we started. How did you survive any of that? There we go. I was gonna say, if he interrupted my healing, that might kill us. He's stuck. I'm stuck. I'm gonna want to put my jump talisman back on. Well, yeah, because I'd like to be able to one-shot them. Helen, yeah! Like, okay, I guess. God, maybe it is a lawn flashbacks. Because there sure aren't any other ways. Maybe we can run by this one. I'm gonna assume he can't come inside. I have no idea what the point of there even being an elevator here is then. Why? Okay, so instead of you, so you have a 3-hit combo instead of all the others that have a 2-hit combo. Marvelous. All right, so he can poise me out of my attacks. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, great. I can't channel any fucking faster. So... yeah, we're never gonna fucking hit him. Unbelievable. Maybe our only hope is being so far away. Oh my gosh. Horned Warrior's Greatsword, huh? Curved Greatsword of the Horned Warriors. Hey, Fruit Fox, what's up? Keepers of the Tower, a heavy weapon made to bring the deft strength of the warriors to bear. The ornamental tangled horns allow the blade to serve as a medium for horn calling. What should call these nuts? Invokes tangled horns to cover the weapon's blade. Call a storm, mow through enemies, blah, blah, blah. Nasty guys. Okay. How's your Saturday? It's fickle. deserves an appraisal. Up, dog? Yeah, I like it. Hang on. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, did Sir Roche have horns? But I don't think so. And then I just want to see if there's anything we should jump or fall to. Really? I wouldn't say you necessarily missed a whole lot. Could this be a victory? I don't know. Seek healing. I mean, you can't just beggar this is beautiful, however. This vista is quite stunning. Grace point. Nice. Okay, we got one. What happened here? Oh, hello, Vare. Yeah. What's going on, guys? What's flattening you? Maybe this is a PvP hotspot and it has nothing to do with me. Another fragment? I wonder if we can upgrade. We can. Now, I thought I remember someone saying that the max level of Scooby-Doo treats was 20, but I'm only at 18. Which means I missed some somehow? That's wild. Be wary of betrayal. Why is it always getting to... Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Heaven's Door. What is the grace point I can travel to get our last painting? Ordinarily, again, it's something that we might be able to see in the overworld as we explore. No. The time for exploring is over. It's done. It's finished now. So, does anyone have a grace point? Or just like an answer they want to feed me, I suppose. It is Rao. That's where I was. Okay. Church of the Bud. Ancient ruins west or east? I'm going to take us to east because that's where a cross is. Not here. So maybe west? West! Okay. Oh, geez, I don't even see it now. We must need to go through... this area. Oh, it's Temple Town. Interesting. I would have thought that that was too far south. Hi, Elisa. What's going on? How are you? Okay, let's try to... Oh! Okay. My hostility towards this game is unending. Completely unending. Well, at least we can summon Torrent in combat. It's not even the sniper! It's our good old friend, the capoeira fighter individual. Okay, let's go to Templetown. Let's rest and go to Templetown. Where you said all this aggro. Templetown. I'm probably saying it wrong, Kosinski. It's a word I've only read and never heard spoken aloud. So I'm doing my best. But... So here we are at Templetown. I bet for this we need to go all the way to the edge, actually. Or not. No, we look like we need to be higher. Yeah, Musty, you might as well just feed me the exact location. The more wandering around I have to do, the worse things are gonna get. Probably do I need to take the Spirit Spring? Potentially. I'm just gonna wander around for a while. But yeah, might as well just get me the precise location. Moira Capoeira, stop! There was a bear here? By the rot guys? Yeah, where this is the last painting. I was gonna say Bear Man would have been a mausoleum. That's the mausoleum. There's the tower. So now we're just waiting for a ghost to appear. If I get ganked by some goats or something, I'll be frustrated. I thought there was grass in the painting, so we may not want to be... Yeah, rocks and grass. So... Oh! Spiral tree seal. Sacred seal of soiled amber. Engraved with a spiral tree design. Enhances spiral incantations. The majesty of the White Tower, stretching to reach the gods, even inspired a secret faith in the invaders, the people of the Erd Tree. Nice. Okay, well that doesn't really help, but whatever I can get, I suppose. Are we in the cleansing chamber? Yikes. You've got to be kidding. This better be a totally normal conversation instead of a, oh yeah, oh, you're next on my list, by the way.
Suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree, desired all along. The clashing of the favored lords, such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Mikula the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
Huh? No, I'm good. Nah. This is fine. I don't want to play this game. Wow. Okay. I don't understand why I have to fight her. I don't get that. And her allies. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Who's not accounted for? You have a scythe? Of course you do, you fucking weird cultist old man. Who counts as an ally? Because Leda's here. Leda. And Tialie and Ansbach are over here. Who else did we talk to? Where's the illiterate lesbian? Not accounted for. Hornsent gone, but I don't think he was on speaking terms with her, so I don't think that matters. The merchant? I'm trying to remember. There's... And I clearly have to do it. Heaven's Door. Is this scripted? Or is this the result of bad choices I made? Nice. Great. I straight up don't want to do this. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. It's a bad game, but they clearly want me to play it like this, so whatever, I guess. Will not arrive until the time is right? Whatever. Wow, this sucks. This sucks so much. It won't let me drink my physic? Okay. I still don't really get why this is happening.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight's leader, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come.
It's 2 o'clock. I'm good. Yeah. You know what?
I could not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
The music is gorgeous. Sure. Yeah, everything else about this sucks in a huge way. Wait, what? You're fucking kidding me! Why do I have to fight him? This is the best boss theme we've heard in the entire fight, or in the entire game, and they give it to me during what is arguably the worst encounter. That's crazy. Ah!
Blood of fire, for the dignity of my lord and master Moog.
I totally forgot there was a Moog subplot
It
here.
will be my honor to test my blade against a red mane. You and I fighting. Tragedy this is.
Then stop! Man, there's nothing I hate more than people like, gee, this makes me so bummed out. And it's like, then stop doing the thing that's bumming you out.
Surrounds back. The mere sight of your blade sets my heart aflutter. All the more I yearn to crush it in my grasp.
Nicola the Kind will help us forget.
Dog, I don't even know who this is. Oh man, it's my fist fighter!
I am here to serve Siltrina evermore.
Dog, get away from me. I'm trying to listen to dialogue.
I do not wish to fight you. I have no purpose I must see to.
I can't believe this is where they were hiding the good fight music. I can't fucking believe how much they've dropped the ball here. This is gonna be the only, how bad this is gonna be the only thing I talk about for the next hour. I just cannot get an attack in edgewise here. I can't believe this is where they were hiding the music. Oh, they can heal? Of course. Yeah, I'm... What an unbelievable letdown. I can't... It's honest, I'm astonished!
To Nicola the Kind.
I can't fathom your convictions. After knowing kindly what remains to question?
It sucks too, because I can't actually fight and listen to them at the same fucking time.
Suspicions were dead on. In the end, I could not bear the memories of Lord Moog and our pact of blood.
Nice, so you're still a creepy blood cultist? Cool.
No understanding. Kind Nicola.
This is so badly designed. Absolutely astonished. So they're trying to feed me interpersonal information in a 4 versus 3 combat encounter where if I, the only way to read the subtitles is to run around and not act. This fucking sucks. I need to hear from someone who legitimately enjoyed the DLC because I can't fathom anyone who did. And I know that many people did. So I don't get it. What about it did anybody like? Because it is missing the mark in every conceivable way. And I don't know whether I've walked into a pizza shop and I've ordered a fine French dinner, which they simply don't serve. Like, is this a matter of my personal expectation? Am I not the target audience for this? What fucking happened here? I guess. Yeah, sure. We'll just run it back one more time. Goose, the DLC made me dislike Elden Ring. I will never play this game again.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Need or not
The
let her
DLC
drive the
DS2'd
flames
it.
of our allies.
The DLC
We'll
made it
never
worse.
allow this.
I am the Red
So we just do this whole thing over again.
Time has come.
And do we know what her beef is?
I could not hope for a word.
Because the last time we saw her, she couldn't read a stone tablet, and now she's fighting me? Weren't she and Ansbach talking about whatever was fucking happening? That was sick. I deserve to get hit by that. Not that last one, though. We're throwing rot pots. You're heavy rolling? Okay, so maybe since we've seen all of this previously, we can pay less attention to it now?
You and I fighting. Tragedy this is.
Yeah, well, you can choose not to do that, my guy.
I never could imagine that you might be the Erdtree's rightful lord. Such a
That's
thing
new. We didn't get that
could
last time.
not be more fitting for the birth of a new god and the coming of a lord.
Sorry, what is she talking about? Where is Ans? Yeah, Ansbach, you're not keeping anybody busy, my guy.
You were fine. In your part, truly a glorious battle.
Righteous tarnish. It appears that our interests have aligned.
I don't want to hear a single word out of your mouth.
So it is that we do not meet today as enemies. Now, my blade. Watch closely.
Is she just hanging out in the background watching us? Creep?
I am here to serve Citrina evermore.
I'm sorry.
Nice. She didn't even announce herself. Very cool.
We stood before the withered army.
Simona, I do not wish to fight you.
Most of the people I know that preferred the DLC are those that didn't enjoy the base game much. That's weird, because the people I know who weren't super into Elden Ring really strongly preferred, like, the design elements of, like, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, based on, like, area design and scope. And I'm not really getting any of that in the DLC, so it's interesting to see someone interface with it differently. I'm still not sure what Ymir was trying to do. I make it my business to pay attention to shit like this. And even I'm like, I don't know. It's so carelessly strung together with twine. I can't believe it. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife. I guess that's 2 deaths. Should we be, is this a boss encounter? Heaven's Door, what is this? Should I be counting it as a boss encounter?
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight's letter, dryly
Not a
flame,
boss,
and our
okay.
allies will never allow this.
Well, the weirdest thing about Ymir, I did everything he asked and he got mad. He asked me to go ring the bells. I rang all 3 bells and then he was furious about it. And it was like, my guy, you ordered this meal. You got exactly what you asked for. What do you mean? Okay, so that will all, well, that should. It's Flame of the Red Mane, so that should poise us out of our shit. I love to be Scarlet Rotted from off stage. Fantastic. Are they not announcing themselves anymore? They just fucking roll in? Like they just assume I'm gonna be pivoting the camera around?
I stand, blood of fire, the dignity of my lord and master.
You are the person I want to hear from the least, Ansbach, so you should stop
I
chattering.
never could imagine that you might be the earth's rightful lord. Such as it is, this battle could not be more
I've blown through so many. I don't care. Yeah, I think that's it. This is just like the antithesis of anything I care about in a game. And they struggle so fucking much with group encounters and large enemies. So to see them continue to default to this is really tremendously disappointing.
Righteous tarnished. It appears that our interests have aligned. A balm upon my soul is this, that we do not meet today as in now. My blade. What moves me?
You were fine. In your part, truly a glorious battle.
Okay, so where's the other guy? All right.
I, fighting. Tragedy this is.
Oh! You're a caster. Alright, does anybody want to hold some aggro? Because that would be kind of sick. Anybody? Yeah, let's rot me again. Superb.
I am deeply sorry for doubting you. I am here only to grant Citrina's singular wish. I will
You're...
stop Mikula.
Okay, alright. Great. So I'm rating. That's enough. Yeah. It was a Talking Heads reference. I have absolutely nah. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I could not bury the memories of Lord Moog.
I really didn't think it would come to this. I really legitimately didn't. I can't believe how many awful decisions they've made. How many completely nonsensical development aspects they chose to pursue. This feels like an absolute slap in the face to anyone who gave even the smallest amount of shit about the story they crafted in base game. Like, this does nothing but cheapen the trust that I put in their world building. Absolutely shocking.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight's letter, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I am the Red Mane, Freya.
Alright, I'm not gonna wait for her to come to me, I guess.
Hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
Stun locking lesbians feels so bad. I didn't expect 3 jumps. Maybe I should summon for this, because I don't care. I think she jumped through me?
Of my lord and master Moog. Righteous tarnished. It appears that our interests have aligned. A balm upon my soul it is that we do not meet today as enemies. Now, my blade. Watch closely. And I, fighting. Tragedy this is.
Thank you, Sir Ansbach. The mere sight of your blade sets my heart aflame.
Ansbach, you're not doing a very good job at holding aggro. Ansbach, is your tank stance on? Can you voke? Stop shirking. Alright, so that shield has a stupid hitbox. Wow, did he get her already? I put in a lot of work, so...
Returns.
Yeah, you're still a creepy old cult man. Don't worry, I didn't forget. I would love if they would have fucking announced themselves instead of jumping in to gank me from off stage. Like, what if... That's it. Yeah, I don't care.
It was an honor to face a worthy leader. Now go.
Who is this for? Like, who was this written for? Who was this supposed to appeal to? Wait a minute! Our promotional art was Mikola on Torrent, and we got absolutely fucking none of that shit, y'all. Absolutely none of that shit. Who was this supposed to be for? Clearly not anyone who was super invested in a story they were telling. They did nothing. They gave me appetizers. They gave me mismatched appetizers that didn't complement each other, but they didn't serve me a meal.
Don't you dare approach me
Yeah,
with
I
your
don't give a
tongue.
shit, so we'll
You
just bring in
don't
whoever
like
this
that.
dude is.
Dryleaf Dane
I
and
don't.
our allies will never allow this.
I am the Red Mane, Freya. The time has come. I did not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
Again, stun locking the lesbian feels awful.
You and I, fighting. Tragedy this is. Of the pure blood knights, I stand with blade aloft, blood of fire, for the dignity of my lord and master Moog.
My PC is top of the line, and it hates this.
I offer this fight to make
Absolutely hates it.
Mikola the Kind will help us forget.
Okay, so at some point we're gonna get fist fight guy in here.
Sad. Forever.
Yeah, seems to be if you play this game. Okay, I need to heal. Where is Leda? Like, she's gonna come. She's in. Okay. So someone's tank stance is on. Fantastic. Dude, get away from me.
Make the world
Did they get her? I guess. Hopefully there wasn't any other like secret dialogue I was supposed to find if I were the one fighting her. Is that the only time that dude speaks? Yeah, I think it might be. Great. Sure. Super. Good game. Oh boy, this is gonna make me happy, isn't it? Awesome. Great. Absolutely superb. Fantastic. Well designed. I don't think I'll ever play a fantasy-based FromSoft game again. They fucked this so hard. If their next game is knight with shield and sword, I'm passing. That's how much damage they've done narratively. Unbelievable. Well, I guess we can read all of this. What's even the point? Slightly strengthens attacks following a dodge roll or backstep. Gold cross tree motif, the chalk white cloak, and surcoat symbolize the honor of the Needle Knights. Kindly Mikola fashioned us as his needles to quell all, to ward all away. Kick-based martial art is unique to Dane. A dry leaf and sworn ally of Leda, he acquired these skills by training with the aid of a waterfall, letting the water beat his body and throwing himself into its basin. After witnessing Freya's valor as a gladiator in his youth, Radon invited her to join the ranks of his most trusted warriors, member of General Radon's most distinguished knights. Affixed with a black woolen mantle. A hideous scarlet wound was once hewn into the center of her face. Later, Mikola gently put his lips to it, and the unfading scar became the compass that Freya would thereafter follow. Unusual metal known as verdigris, said to be the gift of an outer god, possessed of an enormously hefty yet supple strength. Yeah, okay, cool. There's another god, by the way. What do they do? Metal stuff, we guess. Guys! Light greatsword with gold inlaid. Deals holy damage. Polished to a mirror sheen. Blade reeks with the stench of crusted blood that lingers from the coal of her nightly Who? This bitch didn't kill nobody! Who? I'm taking a break. Enjoy the music. We'll be back. I don't know if we're gonna stream tomorrow. Yeah, I might be. This might be it. Nah, we'll see. I smile, but for what purpose? Brother Omen, like that's what I keep saying. I don't know what fucking happened here. Aside from they did so much small stuff. They thought that that would make a cohesive whole. Instead, it's like, okay, here's a DLC that's ostensibly about Mikola, who we still haven't seen. Don't. But instead, it's like, oh, here's where America's from. We get a little bit of that. Here's some finger stuff. We get a little bit of that. What else should we do, guys? Oh, I don't know. Put the frenzied flame in there. Oh, yeah, okay. There's rot stuff for some reason. Did they forget the type of story they were supposed to tell? Was this originally supposed to be 3 different, smaller, more focused DLCs that they then combined for some reason? Oh, yeah. Straight up forgot about the pot, people. Yeah. People in pots. Which I can only imagine. Who had that one line? Was it Leda? Where she was like, oh, the Hornsent aren't victims. They were just on the losing side of a war. Or something. So it's like, okay, they were putting people in pots. America didn't want to be in a pot. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Mesmer be killing all the Hornsent. Okay. Like, we haven't actually. What is this original sin that the game keeps? Oh my god. Divinity 2. I just had like the most painful Dark Souls 2 flashback. What's the DS2 name? The full name? Scholar of the first fucking sin. I'm done. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea. If you liked the DLC, I am jealous of you because I think it is a masterclass in how to ruin your fucking... I can't say franchise because that involves multiple games. IP maybe. Yeah. This is just a speed run and how to ruin all of the things about your IP that were previously great. I'm not even gonna apologize for saying mean things about it anymore. I think it's bad. Wait, where's Tialie then?
Righteous tarnished. That was an astounding battle, to be sure. Now I suppose this leaves only one. But in truth, I cannot calm my quivering. Challenging a god is no small matter.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm afraid I underestimated the lad. Appearing frail in both body and mind, I presumed he'd be like to stumble upon the field of battle. What a fool I was. He serves another master, but Tialie performed magnificently. Perhaps he too quivers with anticipation, as do we.
This is so fucking funny, by the way. As if we aren't the reason he's dead. It's like, gee, what happened to that guy? Oh, I don't know. Hey, Ansbach, what happened there? What happened to that guy? I happened. Why are we asking about it?
Oh. Something you want to get off your chest? Well, you needn't worry. It was you, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Fear not. I bear no grudge against you. His Eminence was felled in an honorable duel, and such are the risks of seeking lordship. Besides, what right have I to complain? I blame the enchantment more than anything. Righteous tarnished.
Absolutely hilarious that he's like, yeah, the blood cultist killing people whose home base canonically smells like shit was very honorable. That's baked into an item, by the way. Smells like blood and shit. Yeah, that's canon. That's in the game.
Righteous tarnished. We will have our victory. I swear upon my blood.
Yeah, look, literally, wasn't he like, oh, didn't he have some fucking muttering in the previous fight where he was like, oh, I'm old, but I picked up my weapon again because, Moog stuff. And it's like, yeah, he's dead because we killed, oh, that's fine. What is even your beef then? What is even your beef? It's so fucking Jover. It's so Jover. Ooh, it's so All right, Heaven's Door, where's Tialie? Oh, I got his dialogue from the Shadow Keep, and I still don't fucking understand what his problem is. Of all of the shit that he did as a cultist, of all of the crap that's gone down in the Shattering, what he thinks is unconscionable is like, oh, they took his body. They're gonna do they're doing something with his body. I don't like that. That's it? That's what you don't like? That's where you draw the line? He's at, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh great. Oh boy. Where are my items? Did I write it? I haven't been taking any notes because I think the story is so disconnected and sloppily construed that it's relying exclusively on Dark Souls nostalgia and uncritically analyzed fanboys to sustain it. Lord's soul requires a vessel. Moog's body, vessel for king consort. Mikkolo reviving Radahn's soul. That's what my notes say. Well, I can't fight both of them at the same time, so... Will drip make me feel better? No. It looks cool, but at what cost? I should spend this shit first. Who gives a shit? Ah, my little meat sword. Look at it wriggle and writhe. I want to see you. I missed you. Can we talk? You're so pretty. All right, well, let's get this fucking shit over with. Oh my god, you guys, we got a cutscene.
Loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
I've already fucking done this. I've already fucking done this. Wait, console? Hello, George. It's nice to see you here. All right. All of this, just to satisfy all the people. Like, can you imagine how strong he was before his brain was rotted? Can you imagine how tough he must have been? And they made an entire DLC just to justify it? You're joking. Be so for real right now. Why is he so much smaller?
Lord Moog will have his dignity.
If you say one more fucking thing about Moog's dignity, my dog. He does a lot of damage. Yeah, we're not gonna fight this. I have absolutely no emotional or story investment in this whatsoever. I just don't. We'll tinker around with it. This is the last day of Elden Ring. Yeah, ever. I'm done. I'm solid, actually. All of this. They could have done anything but this. The amount of sense this makes is the least. Oh, I also spin when I'm waiting for people to summon. Ghost, you and me both. The amount of sense this makes in comparison to any viable alternative is the least amount of sense they could have bothered to pursue. I already fought this guy. His story was done. Why is he back? You know whose story wasn't done? No one wants to tell me what the death cancer. We're not gonna address that. Okay. Oh, Melina is like, maybe Mesmer said we're gonna get, no. Oh, okay, all right, that's fine. Oh, he's plenty of places to be found, Brother Omen. I believe we find him in, is it 2 or 3? Might be 3 locations in the DLC, actually. But we're not actually solving that problem. We're slapping a big old band-aid on the tumor that's continuing to grow within the world. Okay. Nice! Nice! So don't even have time to summon. Hilarious. I guess we should probably be tracking these deaths.
But those remains do not belong.
That's gonna be 2. Literally, Raymond, it's like they were just like, what do people want to see? Should we do something original, guys? And they were like, a lot of people online are speculating that Radahn must have been super, super strong before, like, you know, Milady happened. They're like, well, let's just do that then. Y'all. The music blows. The worst. No fucking way. Oh shit! I didn't summon. Man, whatever. Wait a minute. Wait, hang on. Wait just a second now. Isn't this supposed to be Radahn and Moog's body? Where's Moog? Hello? You mean to tell me the only Mogi bits are like the little horns on his arms? Be so serious. Be so serious. You can't even give me a like awful, wretched abomination of the two of them? It's just Radahn with some horns? Like, you couldn't even lean into the supposed horror of it all? Combining 2 creatures into one odious amalgamation, the chimerical nightmare. You couldn't even give me that. It's just Radahn with some horns. Gotta be honest. No! God! And we're talking about empty vessels to put souls in. And Godwin seriously doesn't come into play in this at all? His body's rotting because it's empty? You couldn't put a fucking soul in there? I feel like one of those memes of a really small rodent. Like a picture of a really small rodent that's like too zoomed into the camera and the camera's just like, I've had enough. I'm at my limit. That's how I feel about this. It's bad. Wait, I'm sorry. So, Moog needs to be dead to get into the Shadowlands. And they don't really bother explaining why the withered arm is a portal. Whatever. Moog only needs to be dead because needs body. Because Soul is just like wandering around and Mikla's just gonna be like, yoink, and grab that and stick it in something. Then why couldn't he have been like, hey, Melania, maybe don't fucking rot this guy to shit. I need him later. Was there no communication going on amidst and like between anybody in this area? Right, okay. You can't summon when you come in or you just get you eat shit. Sure.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you. After all this time.
I need a mute button for Ansbach selectively. I don't know, man. They look pretty. It looks like they belong to him by a lot, actually. And I'm sure he's immune to poison. So thanks, Tialie. You're contributing very little to this fight. So we're still doing gravity stuff. I can't believe it's literally just Radahn. They couldn't even make it terrifying. It's just fucking Radahn. Yeah? Should I fucking rot him? That would be so fucking hilarious if this boss were vulnerable to Scarlet Rot. That would be so fucking funny. And why are we here? What is this? What does this location have to do with any of this? Nice. Okay, so you can't drink anything. You just need to come in and get away from the fog wall.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you.
Ansbach, I'm gonna stop summoning you. He has a braid like Godfrey, but that makes sense because he idolized Godfrey, so. Somebody want to vote? Cool. Insanely tanky. Yeah, I actually think the music's not bad. I assumed 2 health bars, but maybe a phase transition at 1/2? Yeah, Black LeBlad, we're gonna order jackets and patches. We hate the DLC. Oh, now do I get a scary Moog? Now do I get the scary, awful Moog monster abomination?
Lord brother. At long last you are returned.
No, we get femboy feet.
Tarnished one. Aspiring lord of the old order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world,
Oh my god, you're so pretty.
then yield the path forward to us.
Okay. Easy. Done. Yeah, like we don't even have to fight.
To I, Nicola,
You're so pretty.
and my promised consort, Radahn.
Okay, but now what? Do I get like a choice? You, you fucking twin princes me? Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Have you gone so bankrupt for ideas the only thing you can think to do is copy shit you've already done? Alright, cool. Is this it? Is this seriously it? Is this everything? This is it? Is that this is it? Is this is actually it? Heaven's Door, it's just twin princes? Does it explain anything? Is there like a massive like 10-minute cutscene when the fight is over that explains any of this? Is there seriously, there's no way for me to just be like, sure, yes, okay, you win, and then leave? It's just this? It's always this? Black Blood, I'm not gonna, yeah. And I can only say that for the Dark Souls 2 DLC. That's also the only DLC I never completed. But that one I finished. I just didn't 100% it. It's less than 20 seconds. There's a small cutscene and a gimmick of the second phase. I think that the less content I consume from Softwise moving forward is probably the best option. Yeah. Whose quest line? Do we have automod being funny? Or... Well, okay, what is the cutscene? Yeah, no, this is all just like an open... I have... I have negative investment. I wish I'd never played this. This has been a waste of my time for the last 60 hours. Oh, yeah, I mean, that came out like last year, didn't it? Wow. See, I don't really do mech stuff. I'm not really super into giant robots in games. So that I know I'm not the target demographic for. Wow. 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 Does Melania's cutscene change? Did she get the Sith treatment? Because now we definitely know where her brother is. Wow. Unbelievable. This is so sloppy. This is so uncharacteristically poorly thought through and executed. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm not finishing this. This is narratively such a disappointment. If they wanted us to fight Prime or Dawn, they should have just done some stupid time travel shit. And maybe they didn't because they were like, well, that's too Dark Souls 1. That's too Artorias the Abyss Walker, actually. And it's like, well, congratulations, you gave me Pontiff and Twin Princes, so... Have an original thought for once in your game development cycle, please? The armor after beating Radon implies Mikola sent Melania to rot his ass. What? What's the description? It's so cheap. Yeah, they dropped Moog being under Mikola's enchantment pretty early on. Nothing about it makes sense if you really, really examine it, but fine, whatever. When she bloomed, she whispered in Radon's ear, promised consort Mikola awaits. Well, yeah, Raymond, because they were fighting after the shattering. Everyone was fighting after the shattering. There's this great still of in the Elden Ring introductory cutscene of Morgott jumping out of the sewer and just like laying hands on Radon, and I think it's fantastic. Everyone was fucking fighting. Wait a minute. So surely Radon didn't consent to being rotted. Was... that goes against literally everything that base game has told us about Mikola's character. And in before someone is like, well, that one description says that he's learned well how to compel affection. And it's like, yeah, okay, we get it. He can enchant people. But that still doesn't negate all of the very objective good that we see him trying to do in base game by giving Godwyn a true death, with the eclipse and stuff at its castle soul, with trying to find a way to cure rot and abandoning the Golden Order when it becomes clear that can't do that, the construction of the Halig tree as a sanctuary for the abandoned and those who are indeed victimized by the Golden Order, trying to atone for whatever this weird hereditary sin is that Ymir keeps talking about, like, suddenly being like a weird evil brother fucker doesn't really jive with that. Like, I just don't... The golden helm, worn by Radon in his younger years, proudly displaying his is a fitting attire for a lion. When Melania let the rot flower blossom and Aeon... So what was up with this whole thing for holding back the stars? Was that just supposed to be, like, Ranni exclusive? I almost wondered if we'd get more about that. Wow. Oh my god, I can't believe how shallow this is. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, it feels like the only reason they released this DLC was to be like, you liked playing the game, right? Do you want more game? And game is just running around and hitting things with a sword. That's it. That's how they defined game. Like, we get no extrapolation. We get very, very little actually memorable content. I don't. No, Musty, I'm not interested. There is, I know. I'm good. It doesn't matter. I've given this game the benefit of the doubt for If I've been playing for 60 hours, I've been having doubts for at least half of that. So I don't need to give it the benefit anymore. Never even heard anyone talk about Radon past his... I just don't understand why Radon. Everything about Radon in base game was so much more impactful than whatever's happening here. Egon was sick. Egon was sick. But I guess at the end of the day, everything just felt so forgettable and insignificant, ultimately. There was such an incredible disconnect between areas and concepts and characters. None of it blends and none of it elevates anything else, which is something that's my expectation for a DLC. I want a DLC to make me like base game more. It should enhance and elevate. And I think Old Hunters is probably the best example of a DLC that delivers on concepts you've already been introduced to and care about. And by revealing more in a cohesive way, you care more deeply. Artorias the Abyss Walker did it as well. There was nothing of that here. Nothing about this made me give more of a shit. I kept waiting for reasons to care. Yeah, no, Kate, it's like they planned this whole thing exclusively around the player fighting Radon pre-rot. And they were like, how do we get there? And they just tacked on this... The DLC was sold on the premise that we are following in the footsteps of... We don't even see him, and now we see him and he's an enemy. Part of me thinks George had more of an effect in the story than I thought in base game, and had to have had no... I don't know, Musty. Brother fucking has Martin all over it. Just, yeah, no. It was just stuff. They gave me a bunch of stuff, but they didn't actually give me stuff that made me invested. Yes, Raymond, very much so. And I know they've said there's only going to be one DLC release for Elden Ring, but it so increasingly felt as I played that what they had initially envisioned was at least 2, if not 3, smaller release packs. And then when they couldn't deliver on that, instead of leaving it on the cutting room floor, they just mishmashed them all together. Because in my mind, what I see is I see a Mesmer-specific pack, I see a Mikola-specific pack, and I see an Outer God pack. I see Romina, Matir, and Midra all belonging in one group. I see everything to do with Mesmer all belonging in one group, and everything with Mikola as its own stand-apart thing. But there, again, there's no connection. Like, we fight a Lord of Frenzied Flame, and then it's just done. It's like, do we need to tell anybody about this? Do we fight? No. Oh, okay. It's just finished. Why is he down? Oh, you're not going to tell me that either. Abyssal Serpent? Are we going to get... Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh, so he's got fire and snakes. Okay. All right. Sure. And he sealed the tree? Why'd he seal the tree? Why is the tower signet? We just don't... Yeah, literally, it's like, well, we beat that guy. Guess we leave. It's like, no one? Seriously? Nothing? Nothing. Before you quit for good, you gotta try. I don't even think I have anything that does rot, John, because it's not a status effect that I ever was particularly drawn to conceptually. Yeah, like Fruit Fox, I cannot believe that they don't Sith Melania. I can't believe that. I mean, it's not upgraded or anything. I'm gonna assume he's probably pretty weak to it though, yeah. I just can't believe it. I maintain that that's what the DLC should have been. The DLC should have been another ending. Especially since given there was so much cut content from base games surrounding Melania and Mikola, specifically, the two of them. So I maintain that's what the DLC should have been. And there were people who were like, well, you know, that introduces some complications, because then you're paying for a true end or a completion to a game that you've already finished. And I didn't necessarily agree with any of those perspectives, but they were valid to have. But I can't believe just how jarring this feels. Like, what was any of this for? What was any of it for? It doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. I can't conceive of what they were thinking going down this route. And it's hard too. I'm aware that there is a subjective element to this because the story that it told is ultimately not a story that I was interested in consuming at all. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. But just because I don't like the story doesn't mean they didn't do the story well. But unfortunately, I think this might be a case of me being biased, but also correct. Because the story that they did tell, I don't think they did a good job of it. And that's taking out my own personal feelings about the matter, about how I think the story they told was nonsensical to the highest degree. It felt cheap, it felt shallow. Have some shocks for the sake of it. Okay, yeah. And it's like, ultimately, we've Indiana Jones'd it. We didn't need to be here. Like this only becomes playable by defeating 2 optional bosses, which means there's really no reason for this to ever come to pass at all, because you can do the entire game not fighting Radon or Moog. Like, this was never even necessary. This was a conflict that did not even need to be manifested in the first place. But wait, yeah, so the chalice, it's just there, it doesn't actually do anything? Be so serious right now. I thought for sure maybe I missed the quest involving the chalice. It's just fucking there. I don't know what they did. I don't know whether they ran out of money or what. It kills me also, by the way. This entire area, can't explore it. Can't get up there. This entire zone, all of this, completely empty. And you can see on the map, or you used to be, the mansion takes up this space like it's vertical. But when you actually get to the area that it's in, it's across all of this stuff in a completely rotated rectangle. So I don't know whether they were just making changes straight up until launch or what, but I have no idea. I apologize to the people who liked the DLC that I'm being negative, because no one likes to be around someone who shits on a thing that you like. And I've been there myself, and for that I apologize. But I don't see anything redeeming about this DLC at all. R'Lana's weapons, Egon, Midra's music, The NPC fight song, but not the fight itself. Jagged Peak had some great sinister audio backing. Shaman Village as well. The audio design was very good. If you asked me to name more than 5 bosses, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. There's just a hippo? Did we seriously fight a hippo as a boss? Well, here's the thing. So you can. The stairs ultimately do connect. They connect to a different part of the tower. But after you burn the ceiling tree away, you are taken to Outer Wall. And when you go from the Theater of the Divine Beast, you get to the First Rise Grace Point. But you can get to, from Outer Wall, you go to First Rise. And then from Theater of the Divine Beast, it's basically, they just connect. It's just like a shortcut. But it's a shortcut you don't ever need to take. Because you're already there. So what are you doing? The only 3 bosses you need to beat the DLC are Mesmer, Romina, and Consort. Not to mention, the suppressing pillar had this great line about suppressing all manner of death in the DLC. So it's like, is what we're killing even staying dead? Which is also like a topic that's been explored with base game, where it's like, okay, souls are just like reabsorbed back into the Erd Tree. Is there rebirth? Is there reincarnation? Are they just like chilling there? Are they gone? What's the deal? Romina doesn't have a cutscene. The only bosses with a cutscene. Oh yeah, Maruka, this is post discussion. I'm not gonna finish this DLC. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. I am Pagliacci. Midra had a cutscene. Radon has a cutscene. Rolana should have, but didn't. It would have been cool if Bale did, and he didn't. Dancing Lion. And Mesmer. Yeah, only 4. Only 4 of them have cutscenes. Which is crazy to me. If you overlapped 2 maps, the Scadu tree fits in the middle of base. I don't care about that. Who gives a shit? What is that supposed to mean to me? That America excised an entire portion of the world outside of the world? And nobody wants to talk to me about, nobody remembers that? No one wrote that down anywhere? And maybe that's ultimately my beef with this. It's like, this isn't mythology. This isn't the repercussions of legends from generations past. This is happening to me fucking now. Right now. The shattering is recent, contemporary, current events. And people are just like, well, I don't know. Like, it works when it's mythologized and open-ended, like it is in Dark Souls 1, and even 3 to a certain extent. And it works when not knowing is a key and crucial element of gameplay, like in Bloodborne, because there's some knowledge that you simply shouldn't have access to. It like, by nature of having it, it changes you into something other than what you are. But this game, it's just like, no one's writing or reading any books. Newspapers don't exist. This is all shit we should know, and we don't. None of it is particularly otherworldly or eldritch in nature. The people who can give us answers just aren't interested in talking about it. I still don't know why, of all of the Scions of the Golden Order, Ranni picked Godwyn. I would have loved to have heard from my wife why she chose to murder that guy. Wife's not interested in talking about it. Okay, I respect that. Happy wife, happy life. We don't push her. But like, guys, you gotta give me more than this. It said that the suppressing pillar is in the center of the landscape. I don't even remember where that fucking pillar is. Is it over here? And it doesn't have a grace point? So there's no easy way to get to it? I'm not going back. I'm not going back. Elisa, how can you skip Rolana? Yeah, Inner Dragon, it just feels like the direction they took, and even like with Sekiro, right? You know, suspending your disbelief in with a lot of the stuff that's going on with the Divine Children. You can do that because it's presented as more of a living myth than it is like actual current events happening that we should be making records of. Like, this isn't the birth of the world. This isn't, I don't know. Thematically, what they're doing with Elden Ring highlights inherent weaknesses in the way that FromSoft builds their worlds. And I believe that the open world formula for a game like this also highlights innate weaknesses in the way that From builds their worlds, because you end up, the bigger you make it, like, all of their games have holes. Some of them are intentional and not egregious. It's ambiguous. That works. But when you poke holes in things and then you stretch it and you make that thing bigger, the holes proportionally enlarge. And I think what you find with something like Elden Ring is you ultimately end up with this massive, massive world that is buckling under its own weight. It can't sustain itself. Bloodborne is so perfect, Glaive Knight Snail. Like, legitimately a perfect game. It is, I mean, it pretty, Mara, but I need my games to be more than pretty. Bye, Untrots. Enjoy the rest of your night. Give that dog a kiss for me. Yeah, Musty, I think ultimately open world just does not, and I appreciate that they tried something new, right? Because I like when FromSoft tries something new. I think, although Bloodborne, I think, is their thematically most significant title, Sekiro for me is the game that's most fun to play. I like when you try new things and step out of your comfort zone, because if you win, you do something really great. And even if you lose, it's like, it's usually still pretty good. Anyway, DLC notwithstanding, Elden Ring is still pretty good anyway, although there's no way, I can't go back to a pre-DLC view of this game anymore, which is really regrettable. But I just think that when they make shorter games in smaller worlds with more linear direction and level interconnection, I think that's what they're best at. And I think that their formula is weakened in this particular manifestation. Yeah, it's like we didn't necessarily need a new story. The new story they gave us happened to be really sloppy. But there were so many other things that they could, which is why I said, it's like, does this make sense? It's like maybe 1% sense. It's not completely outside the realm of possibility. But when you look at all the other things they could have tackled, the things they could have focused on, there are options that would have made more sense, and that's what I would have wanted to see. Because we're still, in the end, it's still just more America stuff. It's just like, oh, okay, Shaman Village, Mesmer stuff. It's all still America. We're not actually getting anything more or beyond that. I did not mean to zoom in there. Stop! I'm in the wrong window. My bad. Just like, I thought Sekiro was so well done. Sekiro, the word I was gonna choose was masterpiece. Honestly, Sekiro might be a masterpiece. It's new, it's fresh. It was great. It felt great. There were things in Sekiro that I miss not being able to do. I miss being able to grapple. I miss being able to parry like that. There were things that Sekiro did that were really exceptional. And although, you know, the ending of Sekiro, the true ending, rather, I got all of the endings, left a little bit to be desired for me. But again, it's in that sort of like open-ended mythos sort of way, where you're not really going to get closure, but you get what you get for the game that you played. This gives me nothing. I come out of the DLC thinking the only good end is the Frenzied Flame, actually. Because we didn't actually solve anything about the world. Hey, you know what Randy's ending doesn't fix? Godwin. You know what any other ending but Frenzy doesn't fix? Godwin. Sitting at the base of the Erd Tree, rotting the world from the inside. We're not gonna talk about that? Okay. All right. I don't know. Beeps, it's bad. It was bad. He is dead, and his death is a problem. He is still manifesting and growing like a cancer because his soul was put in the fucking trash can. Like, there's a reason that the people at Castle Soul are trying to figure out how to give him a true death. So he's not just half dead. We see his face. He has corpse surrogates. They have names now in the Shadowlands. That's not a problem to anyone else? Because to me, that spells pretty bad news. And that seems like something we should address. I was positive when we were hanging out in the Shadowkeep, getting little bits of reflection on what was happening. I was positive that what we were going to end up seeing was Mikola resurrecting Godwin in an attempt to stop what was happening with the spread of death with a capital D question mark. And I was convinced we were going to see. I was convinced at the Shadowkeep in the Specimen Storehouse that this is how the DLC was going to go. Mikola was going to try and resurrect Godwin to give him a true death, and the resurrection was going to go horribly, horribly wrong. Godwin was going to come back as an unrecognizable wraith of a monster, was going to kill Mikola in front of us at the end of it all, and then we were going to fight him. That's how I was positive this game was going to go. But I don't know. The Crow says, very interesting listening perspectives. None of the incomplete story really bothered me. Yeah, well, and see, that's the thing. It's like, I don't think there's a wrong way to play games, right? Games are best played in whatever way is most fun for you, the player. So I know a lot of people who play these games just like going from boss to boss because that's what's fun for them. Killing shit, getting stuff, finding weapons. But for me, the game is most satisfying when I do pay attention to the writing and the story that it's trying to construct. That architecture is very interesting to me. Maybe I cared too much. Maybe I should have cared less. Maybe I put all of my eggs in one basket. I don't know. Yeah, Rooney, Godwin was presented to us as like objective, like the coolest guy. Brokered diplomatic peace with the dragons so they weren't at war anymore. Like legitimately just like good guy Godwin. And Randy was like, I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, okay. Can you tell me why, bitch, though? Like, I wondered if we were ever gonna get information that maybe the two of them had made an agreement. Maybe they were in on it together. Maybe the two of them were aligned and they just rolled the dice as to whose soul was gonna be destroyed. Because Randy's entire plan predicates on someone dying in body and someone dying in soul. And I don't think there's any fucking way to guarantee who gets the short end of that stick. So I was positive that they were going to end up revealing that, like, yeah, the two of them were agreed that, like, things needed to change. And both of them were aligned that they needed to take drastic action. But we never really got that. Instead, it's just like, girl, what were you going to do if your soul was put in the trash can? What then? What were you going to do? I don't know. The game doesn't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't know. And it's like, you know, I was never super... We're going to take a break in like a minute anyway. I need to get some water. And it is 3:30, so we are coming up on 10 minutes from my hard stop time, so I need to take a break anyway. To try and touch base with the people I'm making plans with. If I can stream for a little bit longer, I will, but otherwise this will probably approach our stopping point. But it's just like, you know, no one in the game really seemed like a good person, with the exception of Mikola, which of course they have retroactively sort of Griffithed in the DLC. But it's like Ranny's a bitch with a plan. Is it a good plan? I don't know. Is she a good person? I'm not sure. But she is my wife, so I don't know. Because I think there's a lot to be said. Sure, yeah, okay. We're going to kill your brother, and we're going to put you in a doll, and then you're going to kill the Two Fingers emissary that you have, and all of your friends are going to die. All of your family, dead. I've killed all of your family, by the way. I couldn't believe she never had a comment about us killing Rykard or Radon. Especially Rykard, a brother that she wanted to protect so badly, she gave him a fragment of the Rune of Death. Like, we've got that in writing. That's how we're parrying Malekith, if I'm remembering my lore correctly. But instead it's just like, oh yeah, he kind of crazy. He's doing some snake stuff. Okay, you don't mind? Do you mind? Does anything bother you? Okay, so your order is leaving the world. What now? Godwin's corpse surrogates continue to spread and rot the world from inside. Are we going to do anything about... Oh, okay, that's somebody else's problem. You're a god. Are we... I don't know. I'm taking a break here, though. I need to correspond with a couple people. We will pick up this discussion when I come back. Enjoy the music. Thank you for letting me talk this out, by the way. I appreciate it. And thank you for everyone who were positively feeling about the DLC. Thank you for being a good sport. Because I know it's never fun to like something and have someone be like, that thing sucks, actually. That never feels good. So thank you for being cool. I'm taking a break. We'll be back. Hey everyone, we're back. Thank you for your patience. I will have to leave pretty soon. I just checked my messages, and yeah, 3:30 should be the hard stop. But I'll stay for like 10 more minutes, I think, if we can. On break, I was ruminating furiously. I'm fidgeting. Sorry, I am a tactile. I need stuff in my hands. I just like pick stuff apart. It's very bad. I like fidget. It's not helpful. Give me a paper napkin at a restaurant and you will see a fucking massacre. It's always really embarrassing. Like, I was thinking, I was like, what kind of story could they possibly be trying to tell here? Right? Like, because nothing From does is ever just supposed to be really taken at face value, right? You know, the whole thing with like Dark Souls 1 through 3, it's like, you know, the futile, like how unnatural it is to resist a certain type of cyclical order. What you like perversely upend by continuing something past its intended expiration date. Sorry, I was getting a text from my bank for some reason. So it's like, okay, what story is Elden Ring trying to say? And it's like, I don't know. I guess you could argue that it's like, if Mikola was legitimately supposed to be good in base game and they're not griffithing him, it's like, oh, pursuing power it inherently strips you of your identity, makes you bad, maybe. In which case it's like, well, then we're fucked anyway, because that's exactly like that. There's Ranny in base game. So it's like, what lesson is, who is this meant to apply to? It doesn't make sense. Does not make any sense. Fucking, you know what? I'm gonna pop on down to the Frenzied Flame prescription. I think Shabriri was on the right track. I think we should just have a hard reset, start over, make chaos take the world. Or, you know, by not engaging in the fight, we'll just, yeah, okay, all right, Mikola, you win. Do your thing. I support you. I don't think we need to fight. I don't know. There's no satisfaction in any of it. There's no satisfaction and there's no meaning, it seems. It's very disappointing. I couldn't even use the oh mother gesture on the statue in Mesmer's boss room. Be so for real right now. I got a 2 fingers gesture, doesn't unlock anything? Come on. There's a part of me that hopes that my microphone's clip guard.
That isn't very poggers.
It isn't, Raining Weird. It isn't very poggers. It isn't very poggers. I don't get it. Radon. Why Radon? All this just to fight him. Right? Also, I'm sorry. It's so hilarious to me that Ansbach is like, oh, they're desecrating Moog's corpse. He was actually a really good dude. I swear he's a really good. It's like, yeah, we're killing a lot of people, and our home base smells like feces, but I swear he's a good guy. And it's like, there's no trace of Moog here. They could have made something so eldritchly abominable. Like, we could have had something so memorable. It's just Radon. I can't believe it's just Radon. We are not pogging. Plans for tomorrow. I don't know. I have had company in town this week, and we'll be leaving when we cut stream to see them. Here are our options for tomorrow. I'm not touching the DLC again. We're done. Tomorrow I might cancel the stream. We might do an emergency Final Fantasy XIV stream. If I can pick a real game to play and get it up and running, maybe we do Metal Gear Solid. Maybe we do Alan Wake. Maybe I do something else on my list that I haven't had a chance to look at and don't remember. Maybe we go back to Final Fantasy VII, the remake. I don't know. I despite everything, I really did not expect to put the DLC down. I have not done this since Dark Souls 2. And Dark Souls 2, again, I played more of because I finished it. We finished Dark Souls 2 DLC. I opted out of one optional fight, but we finished it. We're not finishing this one. So, yeah, and Helen, just from a pacing perspective, I like to start new games not when we're going to be playing for one day and then taking a break. So I will let you all know what my thoughts are for tomorrow. If we do an emergency Final Fantasy XIV stream, I'm sorry. I'd bring 7 back, but only if I can commit that we're actually going to finish 7 this time. I don't want to just, like, do it for one stream and then bounce into something new. I'm leaning towards maybe canceling, but if I can get my ducks in a row, if I can get something organized, I would like that. So we'll see. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out with me today. I hope that my displeasure did not rise to a toxic level. It is only just now occurring to me that probably the overwhelming majority of my community knew exactly where this was going, and you all just had to watch me slowly plod towards it for the last 60 hours. I cannot imagine your strength, your restraint at watching this car crash in slow motion. Oh my God. A lot of, oh God, they're gonna hate it. Great. You know what? If as long as I'm entertaining, I suppose that's the only level I aspire to reach. They called the end. I called the end. The way I sat on my hands and you said it's going to be Radon. Did I? Did I? There's a clip in Discord? This, okay. Am I misremembering, or did this also happen for Dark Souls 3? You said because you're fucking kidding me. It was a foot joke. I was like, oh, I guess we're going to have to fight Radon because we haven't seen his feet. Because when we fight him in base game, he's missing his legs below the knee. Unbelievable. No worries, Rooney. I'm glad you've at least enjoyed yourself. Yeah. I swear there's a clip of like the first like stream or two of Dark Souls 3 where I call the Soul of Cinders fight. But I forget. It was a foot joke, but you mentioned Radon and reading some more stuff about consorts. I swear to God, if this is an excuse to fight pre-rot Radon. I hate being right. I need you all to know how bad it feels to be cursed by Apollo with the gift of prophecy. It sucks. It sucks and it feels bad. The Commander Gaius also did. forgot about those boss. I have no memory of basically these boss. Why? Well, are they gonna explain what the putrescent stuff? You know what? No. I don't even need to ask. At this point, there's no question I could ask that would be met with an answer that helped mitigate any of the disappointment I feel. They Game of Thrones themselves. Yeah, season 8 was so bad. You can't watch the earlier seasons of Game of Thrones without just being like, because you know where it's going to go. There's no joy in Elden Ring for me anymore. That's how bad this DLC was. Crazy. I can't even watch House of the Dragon, y'all. I'm like, I know the source material. I know how this is going to end. I know what happened several hundred years in the future because y'all showed me that first. I'm like, I'm good, I think. Yeah, I don't. This isn't going to go anywhere. I know where it's going. It's going nowhere I like. It's sad. It's sad. Thank you, Rudy. I was an English major. I double majored in English and history. So I like to read and I like to analyze. Sometimes me talk good. Sometimes say too many word when few word do trick. But no way. Black but someone I know, Sid, I think, on the Discord said that they had just finished watching season 2 and they were like, I did not like it. And I was like, didn't it just come out a couple of weeks ago? Why is it already over? And they were like, it's a really short season. And I was like, oh, yikes. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Had with Star Wars? No. See, as someone who does not consume Star Wars content, who doesn't know anything about Star Wars, I can only like watch and nod. When people who I know talk about Star Wars, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a bad decision. I'm just like, yeah, I can see why that would frustrate you. But I empathize and I validate. And it seems like the concerns are genuine. So, all right. I, unfortunately, need to wrap up here. I got to get ready to leave. Thank you all, everyone, for making what would have otherwise been a very sad and wrath-laden stream day still a place of company and comfort. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you on Discord. I will let you all know what we're doing tomorrow. We certainly will not be playing any more Elden Ring. So it's just a matter of whether or not I can do a one-off stream or if I would rather cancel stream and plan what comes next. So we'll see. Sorry about that. Yeah. All my homies hate Elden Ring. Okay. I will see you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I will touch base with you later and talk to you soon. Okay. Bye, everybody.